Alright guys, right here is our paperwork for our 20,000 mile oil change. Yes, we bought this vehicle in February and it's already at 20,000 miles, but I was figuring, other than our little guy wanting to play out in the mud right now, I think he wants to take this with him. But our 20,000 mile review is going to be a little different than everyone else. As you can tell, we've moved out to the farm now. We've had this vehicle the whole time out on the farm, or well, for at least the past 4 or 5 months now. We've had this thing out on the farm. We will have something really fun at the end if you wait for the end, because my wife keeps asking questions about it, and I actually haven't done it. I'm assuming it won't because of what this vehicle is, but we'll figure that out here in just a little bit. So we just cracked 20,000 miles. I have not cleaned this up. It is, as you can tell, mud in the tires, dirty everywhere. It's still set up for the typical everyday use that we've been using for 20,000 miles. I'm going to show you the mileage that we've got for the past 20,000 miles. Still have a trip odometer that's set from the day that we bought it. So we'll have that. Everything works out fine. Somebody mentioned in our first video when we bought it that it had a little bit of a tick in the engine. Like, oh, get used to that tick in the engine. Well, I can't lie, there's still a little bit of a tick, but we've had absolutely zero problems. The only thing that we've done other than oil changes and the windshield wipers is today they redid the recall, or they did the recall on it for the bolt in the rear that seems to snap, because it does shift a whole lot. Whenever you put it in park, it'll roll back 3 or 4 inches, forward or backwards. So now with the recall, they reprogram it, make sure the bolt's not broke in the rear end, and they reprogram it to where it automatically sets the parking brake anytime the vehicle goes in park. What's buddy? Did mommy pick that up?
Yeah, he wants up there with you.
Oh, you want up here with me? Well, here, you can hold that. Then I'll hold you. Yeah. Alrighty, well, I guess I can actually put this in a practical spot now instead of just like, you know, a thumbnail or something. I'm going. But I will go ahead, I'll take it at least over to the gravel. Huh? You want to drive with me down there? You want to drive the vehicle down there?
Yeah.
Alright, let's drive it back down there. Alright, I like that idea. Alright. Go ahead and take the parking brake off as a new adjustment. Yeah, only my feet will reach there, buddy. You got it? You got it? You good? Hope the doggies are moving. I like how you're turning for no reason. Here we go. I've got the whole vehicle opened up so we can see 20,000 miles. We haven't done anything crazy, but a lot of interstates and rocks thrown and everything. So obviously 20,000 miles, you're gonna have some of your rock chips and everything. Unless you put the PPF on there, which we plan on doing at some point in time, but trying to build a house and everything right now, a little preoccupied, which probably need some PPF for whenever those decide to exit the conversation. But haven't cleaned it up or anything, just basically just how 20,000 miles looks. We got the 20,000 mile oil change. Luckily we do have the WeatherTech. The seats are holding up pretty good for, it does have the massaging seats, and something I have to say about that real quick. 20,000 miles, they still work. That's a reference back to when I had a 2017 F250 Platinum, when they first came out with the massaging seats. They worked out fine and everything. Deleted the truck at like 3,000 miles. That's how we got most of our subscribers. I was one of the first ones to ever delete one. Don't have a deleted truck anymore because the EPA came after me. But you can check those old videos out. God, you're going to have to search for a little bit because it's been a while since I've had deleted trucks because of getting in trouble with the EPA. But anyways, about 1,000 miles after I deleted the massaging seats went out. And obviously I couldn't just take it back to the dealership like, hey, I need you to fix this. They're gonna be like, hey, your truck's deleted, you have no warranty. So never did that, but it's a little dirty, obviously. All we've done to this is I threw some tint on it when we first bought the vehicle. That's all I've done, other than, you know, cleaning it out probably bi-weekly. Seats are still holding up to the kid kicking the daylights out of it. And honestly, I have to double check on this because I don't have the key on. Oh yeah. I think these seats have been sat in about 3 times, maybe, in 20,000 miles. But everything's still good here. Our little stash, which now our kids potty trained, so I guess it's obviously been a while since we've looked back here. So that doesn't make any sense for that. But this thing has already been to about 13 different states and still looking great. So, and this is after a 10-year-old that decides to eat in here every morning before school. And usually leaves trash all the way through here. I guess she's not done that since I did the last one. And this does have the cool setting to where you can put your foot underneath there and lift up the tailgate and everything. But it's hard for me to figure that one out. I guess I don't hold my mouth the right way or something. Now, we do protect the seat just for little man, which, oh, wait, there. I can actually get up some. So the seat actually still looks brand new underneath. But other than that, in the WeatherTech, we have taken no protection in this vehicle at all. So I have to say I'm very impressed, and Johnson City Ford has done an amazing job on the service on this thing. Other than, it does, oh man, I gotta shut the other door. But, for the inspection today, the brakes at 20,000 miles were still 9 out of 10. The tires were still 8 out of 10 on the service. Oil was still perfect as it should be. But I think that's a big thing, which I can't really show you right now. But still a ton of tread left on the stock tires at 20,000. So that's always extremely nice. Get in here to, yeah, we're going to go ahead and, yeah. Just because it is like 30 degrees out. Oh. Don't need him to say I was using that song without permission. And sorry if this looks a little fuzzy. I put a new screen case or a new phone case on my phone. Looks like I'm gonna have to take that little guy off there. Oh, and so there you'll see where the parking brake is automatically on with the new update from the recall. 19.8 miles to the gallon for this tank so far, but we've had a little fun with this tank. So if I go back through here, one of the important parts that people like to know. Well, that one's always buckled in. Tells you thought those would have been made exact same, but it could be from the cold day. That right there is actually 20,301 miles. So I am missing out on only 1.8 miles, but still 21.3. I like to say my wife, if you ever see my wife out in town, she basically just, this is her all day, every day. She doesn't actually shift into this mode, but she drives it like it's in that mode all the time. So it's still pretty solid, 21.3. That one, I don't know, I think that one's actually the past 2,000 miles. So pretty accurate. Then that's for this tank. And hopefully we can put it right here. Actually, my wife pays for the fuel in this, so she can do what she wants. But still all these different things. And I'd say now it seems like it's about time to get to the fun stuff. What do you guys think? This is one that I've never done this vehicle. I have no idea if it'll do it. But I really need to figure out which mode to go in. Alrighty guys, it looks like, well, it wasn't perfect circular donuts like the truck does, but it is all-wheel drive. And little man missed it, but I guess that did answer the wife's question, right? I mean, they're really wide donuts.
It wasn't a donut.
What was it?
It was, let's just cover my wifey in dirt.
Yeah, I didn't mean to get that close, but did you die? Boop. Nope. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Stop by for the first time. Please subscribe. You'll have a great night.